Hey everyone, welcome back. We've got a really exciting track to have a look at today. This is Feel Good Inc. by Gorillaz. So we're going to start by checking out that super cool bass line, and this is going to be one of those things you don't necessarily play when you perform the song live, but it is really cool to know if you just want to jam along to the song. We're going to be in the key of E flat, so we're going to be starting at the 6th fret of the A string. We're going to start by playing that twice and then going to the 8th fret and then the 9th. We're then going to move over to the D string, 9th fret, and then go back to the 8th. We're then going to switch back over to our index finger at the 6th fret of the D string this time. We're going to play that twice and then go 9 and 8, and then we're going to switch over to the A string, 9th fret of our pinky, going back to our root. Put them together and we get this. Every now and then, in between the riffs, we're going to slide up to another root note, and I like to do the 11th fret of the E. And that'll make a bit more sense when I show you the example. And the only other thing to talk about is the turnaround riff at the end, and that just goes like this. And that's just going to be 8 to 6 on the G, and then 8 to 6 on the D, and then twice on the root. I've also got a whammy 5 pedal in front of me, so if you want to drop the octave down and have a bit of fun with it, maybe even make it sound a little bit authentic to the record, it would just sound like this. Along with the bass line, there's also going to be some echoey guitar going on in the verses, and this is going to be something you might consider playing when you perform the song live. We're going to start by sliding into the 11th fret of the G and also 11th fret of the E. It just goes like this. We play the 11th of the G first, then the E, then back to the G. We're then going to change positions. Our index finger is going to go to the 9th fret of the E. We're going to play that twice and then bring our middle finger over to the 10th fret of the G. We're then going to slide down our middle finger from the 10th fret of the G down to the 8th. We're then going to play the 7th fret of the E and then the 8th of the G again. We're then going to play the 8th fret of the G again, slide it up to the 10th fret and then back down to the 8th. So we've now arrived at the acoustic section, and this is one of the most fun parts to play in the entire song. We've just got a couple bar chords to play. We've got an E flat minor, a C sharp major, a G sharp minor, and a B flat minor. The strumming should just go a little bit like this. And at a faster speed, like this. So along with the acoustic guitar and the rhythm section, there's also going to be a little 2 or 3 note melody going on there as well, using the 6th fret of the E, 4th fret and also the 7th fret of the B, and that's just using our pattern 3 of our pentatonic. It just goes like this. So this appears to be really easy, but I think it's quite deceptively tricky. Playing slowly, consistently, is a lot harder than you might think. I'm just going to play it really nice and gently, and then I'm going to show you the example again. So we're now going to talk about something a little bit experimental. We're going to have a chat about the synth part in the song. When you perform it live, the song might sound a little bit empty with just the acoustic guitar and the vocals. So I think it's quite a good idea at this point to pad it out a little bit and do some nice simple guitar swells. And if you're not familiar with this would be really cool to learn. So we're just going to take the normal chords that we've got. So E flat minor, C sharp major, G sharp minor and B flat minor. We're just going to roll the volume down. Play the first chord and then roll the volume in. So you get the idea of the sort of thing we're going to go for. I'm then going to take it another step forward, and I'm just going to boost the reverb on my amp all the way to the top. I'm not using any particular pedal for this, and that creates this kind of effect. And played at a quicker speed, just sounds like this. It sounds pretty good with the reverb, so if you just want to gig it like that, then that's really cool. It's a nice simple technique. I'm going to take it one step further and I'm going to add an effect. In this case, I'm just going to use a little bit of chorus, and that makes it really interesting. You could obviously substitute that for other kind of effects like phase or univibe or something like that. Anyway, it just sounds like this. So just as another option to play, I thought we'd quickly have a look at that really iconic vocal line during the acoustic section. We're going to be starting again at our root, which is our 6th fret of our A string. We're going to go from 6 to 8 to 9, then 6 to 8 on the D, and then 6 on the G, back to 8 on the D. We're then going to switch over to our index finger at the 6th fret of the D, and then go to the 9th on the A, to the root, to the 9th on the A. So it sounds like this so far. We're then going to play the 6th fret of the D and let that one ring out, and then go back to the A string, 8th fret, pulling that off to the root, and then play the 9th on the E. We're then going to go around again, and now we're going to do a subtle variation. So we're very quickly going to go from the 6th fret of the D to the 9th of the A, then to the root, back to the 9th fret of the A, and then we're going to let ring out that 6th fret of the D again, and then go straight to the 8th fret of the A, and then the 9th of the E. Okay, so that was my lesson on Feel Good Inc. by Gorillaz. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you on the next lesson.